true, some don't. Many times we wish so much to happen, so many things that are part of our life, we want to see them changing, but it doesn't happen. And the question comes to our mind, why? Yogic science has beautiful answer. And that's why it focuses a lot on our mind. Our mind is a very powerful thing within us. It can be our best friend and worst enemy, and it loves to play the game. So, our mind actually has two layers. The first layer is conscious mind and the second layer is subconscious mind. Conscious mind only accounts for 4%. It's the unconscious mind that accounts for 96%. So what we human beings do, we are always focusing on that conscious mind and we try to correct everything that's just sitting right there, but we fail to understand the importance, the role the subconscious mind plays in our life. So in order for us to actually make a difference in our life, in order for us to make our dreams come true, in order for us to have successes in life, we have to go in and change the roots and the seeds of our sanskaras, our old habits that have been forming for quite some time. And once we learn this simple yet very powerful technique, our life is on autopilot. Things start to happen. Whatever we desire for, it actually starts to become a physical reality in life. So when I say change sanskaras, when I say change those habits, what I mean is we have a lot of belief systems in our mind. Belief system is like an operating system that is in our mind that is generating all the thoughts, all the actions, outcomes. It's all result of that operating system. For example, when I say belief system, so many times we have inherited anger from our great-grandparents, parents, and we think anger is normal. It's okay to get angry once in a while because if you don't have any fear, then people will not listen to you. You have to become angry. But we often forget when we become angry, then how much damage we do to ourselves. Our inner system starts to shut down, our blood pressure goes up, our stress level goes high, our heartbeat goes faster, and if we do that so many times in a month, we inherit blood pressure and related problems. And in addition to that, how much pain we create in our relationships, in the life of our loved ones when we are angry. So it's a belief system. When we see our parents, great-grandparents doing that, we think it's normal. It's okay to get angry once in a while, but we don't know how much damage it is doing to us. So we have to go in and change that programming at the root level that anger is not healthy. So what do? We start focusing on bringing more peace. As peace increases, anger cannot stay. So many times we tend to be worried about things. So many times we tend to be so fearful about things that what if this doesn't happen? What if I lose this? What if I'm not able to bring this change in my life? All of this creates so much fear, worry, pain, and I start living in that pain. And I think it's norm. And that pain brings so many diseases. So it's a belief system. I think it's normal because life is unpredictable, so it's okay to worry about things, because when this happens, it is okay to have pain. It's a direct result of that. And yogic science teaches us, my child, no, it's a wrong belief system. We need to get to the root of this and change it. Because think about it, wherever there is pain, can happiness stay there? Pain and happiness cannot stay together. Fear and happiness and peace cannot stay together. One has to be out for the other one to stay. So these kinds of belief systems that have been developed in our mind as a psychic impression are doing so much wrong that they're putting so much weight on our heart, our mind, our soul. Just like when we gain weight, it's a physical ailment. Exactly the same way, when there is more weight on our soul, on our mind, on our heart, that heaviness inside, that causes mental problems, mental illnesses, mental shocks. And that results into so many related complications. So think about it. When we are gaining physical weight, what are the causes? The cause is that when mind is not behind eating, then what are we doing? We are trying to eat sweets, fried foods. Even when we are not hungry, because it's so delicious, we can indulge on it. It feels so good, even when we are not hungry. And next thing we know, we put on some weight. Exactly the same way, when we are not very mindful of our state of mind, we become angry, we are in pain, we are worrying about things, we are stressed about things. What happens? We are causing the same thing, weight on our soul, weight on our heart, our mind, that heaviness inside. Because mind you, when we are thinking about others, when we are focusing on others' weaknesses, others' problems, others' wrongdoings, two things are happening. First thing is that we are not able to focus on us because we are focusing on others. When we don't focus on us, then we don't do anything about us. And second thing is, when we focus on other people's problems, we inherit those problems, those weaknesses. They become slowly part of us. And that causes more weakness. We become weaker and weaker inside. And when inside is weak, outer is a perception of that. So let's go back to again the physical part. When we are gaining physical weight, what happens? We can't run. We can't walk faster. Similarly, when there is weight on heart, on soul, on mind, what happens? We cannot deal with situations with the right speed. When situations come to us, we start to fall apart. Inside there is so much heaviness that we are not prepared to deal with any situation. So yogic science says, my child, situations will come and go. Yes. Negative people will come and go in our life. Yes. Sufferings? No. What we have to do is be mindful that if we start to gain higher knowledge and try to create our inner system that is very strong, very pure, very pious, then we are always prepared to deal with situations and we will not be adversely affected by them. Miseries will come and miseries will go, but they will not affect us. That happens. Now think about it on the physical level, in the outer body. When we are exercising, we are bending, physical. Why? Because we're bending every day. When we bend every day, then no matter how old we become, we can bend and no problem. Similarly, when we are exercising our mind, we bring that flexibility. So when we deal with challenging situations, we're so flexible. We become more accepting. We don't react. We don't fight with the situation. We don't lose all of our energy saying, why me? Why this happened to me? Why always God does this to me? I've never done anything wrong. So we don't resist. We accept and we move on. We accept and we move on. Move on with some solutions to that problem. Because we now have clarity of mind, we have that awakened state of mind, we have that balanced state of mind, we have become the master of every moment of our life. We are the master. So, we command our mind well. We rise above the mind. So now, just like on the physical side, we are very concerned, we exercise, we go to gym exactly the same way. In order to stay light inside, we have to exercise our inner body. We have to exercise our inner mind. Because happiness comes, dreams come true, your intuition, whatever you desire, it happens, it turns into a physical reality only when we are light inside and we are light outside. Even when we are heavy outside, but if we are light inside, life is beautiful. Because we always know what choices to take, what to do in what circumstances. It's very important. That's why this higher knowledge of yogic science is very, very important. That as we gain more and more of this knowledge and as we start to practice with consistency and persistency and with sincerity, the inner purity, the inner healing, the vibrant healing energy starts to vibrate through us. We have control over every moment, every thought, every action. We are the master. So, by controlling our thoughts, our actions, our perceptions, we control our destiny, we control our life. So, very important to understand before we start the yogic practice that even though we know what's right for us and what's wrong for us, why is it that we are not able to always make the right choices in our life? Why? Because belief systems like this, that anger is normal, that stress is okay. In fact, here there are stress management classes where people teach us positive stress is okay. Now tell me, what is positive stress? Stress is stress. There is no such thing as positive stress. Stress is stress. Stress causes pain. Stress causes a lot of obstruction in the body. There is no such thing as positive stress. But you will hear it. Positive stress is okay. Negative stress is bad. Let me tell you, all stress is bad. So, all of these belief systems, that worry is okay. It's okay to worry about my children. If I don't worry about them, then they will say, oh, I'm not concerned. Look, so-and-so is not concerned about their children because I've never seen her worry about her children. No. When I'm worried, I'm weak. When I'm weak, how can I take care of my children? I have to be strong in order for me to become the pillar of the home. Very important. So all of these are belief systems. So when we do yogic practices, it goes first to the root of these belief systems and they start to change here. When I change here, I change everywhere. When I bring that transformation in my mind, that's why they say, know your mind, understand your mind, and transform your mind. All of that happens when we do yogic practices. All of that happens when we gain yogic knowledge. So these kinds of belief systems, they come as an obstruction. And we become weaker. They don't allow us to move forward with the right choices. So we keep living the way we have been living and we keep failing, but we don't make any change in our life. We just keep going exactly the same way we've been going in the past. No change, but we expect life to change and then we get very demotivated. That Why things are not changing? Because I haven't done anything new in the right direction, in the path of light. That is what yoga is all about. When we start doing yogic practices, when we do yoga, yogic breathing, meditation, it goes right inside and it changes the mind. It allows the intellectual powers to develop, where we rise above the mind, and now we are operating out of that intellectual power, a very high level of consciousness that guides us. So when problems and situations come, a non-yogic person, this is how that person deals with them. We try to break that problem. Think about it, a big rock comes in our way. Now we have a choice. Either we take a hammer and try to just break that rock, and it will take a very long time to break it. Or second thing, what do? We go around it, we jump above it, and we cross that. Same way, when the rock-like problems come in our way, we don't fight with them, we don't react to them, but what do? We go around them, accept them, and next moment become part of a solution to that problem. We become winner. Every moment, one by one, we master that moment. We break every situation, but without reacting, but going around. Convert all the breakdowns into breakthroughs in life and become the master. So we become very flexible, very accepting. Second thing what happens is that when the right time comes, when the need arrives, even though we are very knowledgeable, but we don't think of doing the right thing. Think about it, if we've not done any preparation in life and a problem comes, we lose the mental power. We're already very weak physically and mentally. We lose the mental power, and now we don't have the power to think what is right for me because no preparation was done. So at the time of need, when I need to pick up speed, I really need to do right things. What do? I don't do anything. I'm just resisting with that challenging situation. Why me? I use all my energy, I deplete myself by using all my energy fighting with the issue. Why me? Shouldn't have happened to me. So, yogic science tells us, my child, when stress comes to you, it comes in the form of pain. Do not postpone it. Do not postpone it even by 1 hour. Address that stress, address that pain right away, and watch. Some miracle will start to take place. But what do? When stress, pain, mental tension, irritation, feeling of incompleteness comes, we let it go, we let it go, we let it go for a very long time, and time comes, it's completely out of my hand. Now I need medical care. So yogic science is all about prevention. Ayurveda is all about prevention. And while preventing, if something like that happens, you are so prepared because preparation took place. You're so strong inside, you're so confident, you are so independent, you're so fearless, and you are a happy person. You'll be able to handle it and not be affected by it. So the need of the hour is to not postpone pain, worry, fear, anger in life. Address it now, and then move on. And look, all our dreams will come true, all our wishes will come true. We create our own life, our own health, our own destiny just by getting to the root of our mind, getting to the seed of our mind. By changing the operating system inside, we change our life. So with these thoughts of wisdom, we are going to start today's yoga session. So let's go ahead and stand up. We'll start with some yogic stretches.